this episode of the Paranormal Express.
We're back on board the Paranormal Express. Hello. I'm finally coming to you in the same studio.
Finally.
Same train car.
Yeah, you're not 5 cars down anymore.
Hopefully the volume and quality is equivalent, so there's no miscommunications, mishearing. Thank you for staying patient through that technical problems. We might have to do that format again just to finish off this month because it's tough with ghost scheduling and everything. My ghost assistant has been trying their best to get it done. And, yeah, here we are again. If my voice sounds any different, don't worry, it is not Ghost Vid-19. It's just a little bit of a...
It's a gold.
It's a gold. Yes, it's a gold. It's a chest gold.
Yes, a just gold.
Chest gold.
So,
I have to go see my, not my physician, my mortician about it.
yes.
So yeah, what's today's topic?
We are doing another Miscellaneous Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
The episode where we talk about, sometimes, we've done it one where it actually had like an actual topic.
Yeah.
I just felt like it fit under Miscellaneous Monsters.
Yeah.
But this time there isn't exactly anything connecting any one of these.
No.
At least not for mine. Besides that fact that most of them are Greek. One's Etruscan, though. So
Yeah. I have one that's less a monster, more an urban legend. And then the other two I have are more foreign, so I kind of took on some difficult topics this time. But I hope to do them somewhat of justice. I just always like to prepare what I talk about with a grain of salt, saying I'm not an authority on this stuff. I don't study historical foreign folklore or anything like that, so take everything I say with a grain of salt, but hopefully it's at least somewhat entertaining what we're talking about today.
Yes.
So, did you want to start? Or do you want me to start?
I can start. I'm trying to find one that I had one. I guess I could start with my short one.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I should call them monsters, because they're technically children of the gods, but that's often the case in Greek mythology, even if they are considered monsters. Bless you.
Thank you.
For a second I thought you might, combust a little bit.
I know I always have a fear of coughing and ectoplasming myself,
yes.
but
Yeah. So, my, I guess, short topic is they go by many different names. Some of their English translations of those names are old women, gray ones, or gray witches. In Greek, they're often just called the gray.
not the Greys.
No.
Not to be confused.
But there are 3 of them.
Okay.
They are sisters. They are daughters of... Let me see, I wrote down... I guess most people today might know them by the names of Ceto, but I don't think the Greeks had a soft C sound, so it'd probably be something more like Cato. And Phorcus, who were both ancient sea gods. One was a goddess. Some sources do call the Greys, these sisters, call them the guardians of the Gorgons. And, of course, I think most people probably know that Gorgons are the 3 sisters that are snake women.
Yes.
I.e. Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
She is one of the Gorgons. She was originally just a Gorgon, which you asked me about this like a week ago.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
That was one version. It's that, yeah. There's a few different tellings of this story. There's a few different tellings of the Ovid version as well, or interpretations, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, originally Medusa was just a monster. She was just a Gorgon. This has nothing to do with that, but yeah, whatever. And then eventually she got her backstory through Ovid, which is a Roman poet, I believe. I think I've mentioned him plenty of times. But the Grey, they're kind of odd. They're not just 3 women who go by Grey. They are startlingly old, first off.
Startlingly?
Yes, incredibly old.
That's saying a lot.
To the point that childhood is apparently incomprehensible to them.
Oh, so they've been alive so long.
I don't think they were ever children.
Okay.
That is the thing. But yes, possibly.
Possibly, if so, they were so old that it's impossible to imagine what.
The
like
other-
they're losing
yes.
time because they can't remember.
True, yes. The other, possibly more odd thing about the Greys, or the Grey, is that they have one eye, one ear, and one tooth between the three of them that they share and fight over constantly.
Oh, so they
Yes.
there's one of each of those across the three.
Yes.
Not each one has one, and one.
No.
So
They each have one. As in,
I feel like
they share one eye, one tooth, one ear.
Can you think of a like a previous popular media that might have shown that?
Sorry.
Because I feel like I recognize that.
It's in Percy Jackson.
Okay.
It's in the second book. It might have been in the movie, if you
It
saw
might
the.
have been, yeah.
if you saw the
Because I
Sea of
feel like
Monsters
I
movie.
can imagine three sisters fighting over the eyeball, and they're like pulling out of each other's heads, pushing into theirs to look at something. That's funny.
I can't remember. Yeah, they do have a bit like that in the Percy Jackson book. I'm not sure if it's in the movie because I never saw it because I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But yeah, Percy in that book is not the first to steal. I think he stole their eye in the Percy Jackson books.
Okay.
He threatened to throw it out. They were cab drivers in this story. Yeah, they drove them from the middle of New York to their camp. Percy stole their eye and threatened to throw it out until they told him what he needed to know or something. What they told him he needed to know. I like how abruptly the music just changes, though. Yeah, they told him. So what he needed was coordinates, basically. He didn't understand it at first, but yeah, whatever. That doesn't matter. The actual mythology that happened also before with Percy's. What's his name? Not his name, but like the word for someone who has the same name as you.
Same like first name or
Yeah,
last
yeah. Namesake.
name? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Percy's namesake. Perseus, of course. He stole their eye as well. I don't know what he did with it. I don't know if he just threatened to do something with it and then got what he wanted and then gave it back.
Oh, that's how you spell gray.
Yeah, Graeae.
I don't know how I mean, that's understandable. Greek,
Given
but
that it's Greek, yeah.
yes.
Yeah, they are interesting. I'm trying to find something a little bit more about them.
If I could
But there's not a
make
whole
some
lot.
references. Apparently Warhammer 40K has has a I don't know what you call them. A group that is called the Grey Gorgons, and their symbol is a skull with snake hair.
Ah.
If that makes sense. That's
Oh,
a
they do
reference.
actually have names. I missed that part on here. The names are Dano, Enyo, and Pemfredo.
Okay.
Or Pefredo. They're pretty much just known as the Forcides or Forcides, I guess, or daughters of Phorcys, the guy I mentioned previously, as a whatchamacallit. But they're very interesting to me.
Have you
this
read
depiction of them
anything
here.
about what they personify? As it seems like some deities, monsters, and gods all.
I
follow,
didn't
like-
see anything for that.
Okay, because I just wanted to look it up, and on this one site, I mean, I don't know how.
Yes, they. Oh, I know what. Sorry, just quickly. They Perseus stole their eye to force them to tell them where Medusa was. But anyways,
Okay.
we need to get our rails greased.
We need to go grease the rails. Yeah, while we're moving, it's kind of terrifying.
Yep, we will be right back. Hello.
Welcome
back. What if we get sponsored by Ghost Subs?
Ghost subs. Yeah, get your
Spectre Subs.
ghost sub. They can't sue us. We're dead. Ghost subs.
What do you mean?
Get your it's like
Ghost Subs.
what do they call it? There's like a blend. Nootropics is what it's called. It's like that brain food nutrient stuff.
Yeah.
But ours is just ectoplasm,
Yeah, of course.
and it's
Everything in the ghost world is
spirit
ectoplasm.
droppings.
Spirit droppings.
Tropics.
Tropics, okay.
That does not work at all. Because near tropics, neural tropics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to the Paranormal Express. You're now back on board, and we're going to continue with some miscellaneous monsters and things like that.
Yeah, I was just talking about the Grey, meaning these three sisters who share one eye, one tooth, and one ear among them.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
It only says one eye and one tooth here, but I remember there being an ear. I remember there being three. One of them had something.
Okay.
Well, each one of them had something.
Well,
Anyway.
in this, what I was looking at, they also said that there were two. Some say three, so they were kind of like saying more popularly two.
Okay.
So that might be why it excludes the ear.
Maybe. That
So
also could have been something from just Percy Jackson.
So in previous episodes, we visited the Philippines and some of their urban legends and monsters of old. I talked about the Manananggal on our episode about vampires a while ago. Well, I have another one for you, and this is called the Tikbalang. This is the monstrous half-human, half-horse hybrid that threatens the Philippines. Akin to the Minotaur, an equine head and powerful hooved legs, but the very, very long torso and upper legs and waist of a human. It has the ability to imitate the voice, the sound, or song of any creature, whilst even maintaining invisibility. In a folk story, its ability to turn invisible seems to be by illusion, as a first-hand account had seen the Tikbalang appearing as a tall, smoking stranger. Aside from the extremely large stature, the stranger's feet met the ground with the clop of hooves, though it had looked like it had normal feet of a human.
Oh. I really like the art of it on the Ghostopedia page.
Really?
Have you seen it?
Of the Tikbalang?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't.
He looks
but
like
I
just a
imagine-
minotaur, but a horse. I guess, try to angle this.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I really like it.
So in this story, the boy that had noticed that had been brought into the woods.
He's sometimes
large
called a
forest.
werehorse.
I mean, that made sense. It's
It
half
does.
human, half horse.
Yeah, were does refer to, I think, human. So.
Yeah. So the boy was led further and further into the woods by the Tikbalang, to the point where it actually turned invisible and abandoned the boy, leaving him falling sick from the cold and being lost out in the woods. His parents had come with a search party, finally found the boy, but he was in a delirious manner, and they took him back to help him recuperate because he had survived. And then when the boy had told the story of what had happened, his father had no doubts that it was a Tikbalang that had done it. Surprisingly, though, the Tikbalang had not harmed the boy in any other way, besides leaving him like that. And it seems to get a lot of pleasure and humor out of tricking people and harming them psychologically more than physically.
Okay.
Because it has this really terrifying laugh that it has that's pretty significant.
I mean, if it's anything like the way horses sound, I wouldn't be surprised.
It almost it's almost as if a horse had a human's laugh, because it's very close to the way a horse whinnies or
Okay.
neighs, but like it's a cackle, almost like the Joker's laugh, really bright and loud laugh. So the Tikbalang is extremely dangerous, not by its own force, but by just its presence. Even seeing it can make you go blind. Hearing its laugh can make you go deaf. And with that boy in the story, it brought together the fact that the Tikbalang could bring sickness to people.
Yeah.
Because the boy was left and was sick, and the fact that hearing it and seeing it.
That's
Even though it
interesting.
seems like the possibility of hearing this laughter in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, could already have been somebody being sick and have heard that. Could be explaining like heat strokes or exhaustion, dehydration, things like that, because of the side effects of going too long without water and things like that. How you can start to hallucinate.
Yes.
So, interestingly enough, the legend of the Tikbalang even grew amongst Spanish missionaries as they arrived in the Philippines, as it believes it truly to be a ghost that took many forms to threaten their mission. The characteristics of the Tikbalan can also be seen grasping at the image of one of the avatars of Hindu deity Vishnu that donned a horse head itself.
You mean donned?
What?
Donned.
Sorry. Domed. Dome. Okay. As the region had some of the influences on the island itself, I mean, being so close to India. Foreign influences are the very reason it has equine features, as the horse trade is what brought horses to the island, because only until the mid-15 to 1600s there weren't horses.
Horses were like native to mainland, like Eurasia.
Yeah, they were not in any of the islands, and they had no way to make it to the islands or anything, so the trade had brought that there, so it's easy to believe that you could mistake horses appearing in I mean, especially if you look at the ecosystem of Indonesia, thick forests and woods, only seeing this large horse head coming out of a bush, you know, you would think it would be a monster if you had never seen a horse before.
Yeah.
Because during that trade and the Spanish missionaries and all these things, there was a boom in the population of horses, and that eventually led to the desensitization of the people to horses, thus starting the downfall of like its legend amongst people and everything like that. So, but a very interesting, terrifying idea to have especially like we're talking like a couple meters tall, like 3.5 to 4 meters, so 10 to 11 feet in some cases, with a horse head cackling and laughing. That's a terrifying idea.
Yeah.
Especially if you're alone in the woods at night.
It's almost like a reverse centaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
the top half is horse.
Because the top is horse, the middle is human, and
the bottom is hooved.
Horse. Yeah.
At least in this first picture. So
Yes.
that's why I equated it to a minotaur, because I feel like that's a better example.
Yeah, no, definitely, because centaur still has the full body and the 4 legs. It is quadrupedal, not bipedal, but this one is bipedal. So that's the Tikbalan.
Yeah. Did you mention anything about it sending, unborn children to limbo?
No, is that?
It's on the Wikipedia, or sorry, Ghostopedia. Yeah, it says
Holy cow.
It is. Oh no, it comes from that. It comes from a fetus that has been abandoned.
Oh, is that the origin of it?
Yeah, supposedly.
Ooh.
It was sent from it was sent to Earth from limbo. I'm surprised that Philippines had a concept of limbo, considering that's a very distinctly Catholic idea. But I guess Spanish people coming in, possibly.
Apparently, you can tame a Tikbalan.
Can you ride it?
It's the same way you tame a horse. You jump on its back,
and you give it apples.
Subdue it. You weaken it until it stops, parading around, and then you pluck 3 of the hair before it eats you, and they will serve you until you die. That's amazing.
Well,
I didn't even.
We will be right back
that.
after we go tame some Tikbalans. We'll see you soon. Welcome back.
Ooh, this is a jazzy re-entrance.
Yes.
We're now in the classy cabin.
Well, this song was playing before we left.
Velveted walls and I was paying attention.
Yeah.
I can't hear and talk at the same time.
It's funny that you call it fancy. It's literally called exotics.
Yeah. It had that jazzy feel. We're in the velvet, gold-studded or brass-studded walls of the upper echelon cabin.
Yes.
Oh, my voice. Hold on.
And we're about to switch to a very dark and spooky one. Well, I only said that because this is called Gotham Malicious.
Is that the name of the song?
Gothamlicious.
Gothamlicious.
I guess because it's meant to be like Batman. I don't know.
Gothamlicious, freakalicious.
Yeah. Anyway.
Make the criminals go loco. Okay.
So, wow.
Sorry.
So we last left off with your topic.
Take a belong.
Yes. The horse minotaur thing guy.
Yes.
Was sent to Earth from limbo to, I guess, terrorize people.
Yeah.
That's all he really did, right? Right?
Yeah, it ate some people too.
Oh, okay. That's a little more than just, terrorizing.
I just well, you know, dead men tell no tales, so the tales had to come from survivors, and that's where it was just kind of like satisfaction from trickery.
It's interesting that it calls it bony, because like horses aren't very bony. They're
not
very
supposed to be.
muscular.
They're muscular, yeah. I mean, you can see
this guy's drawn muscular like a horse.
Yeah, I mean, you can see their ribs and stuff sometimes,
guess.
but that's not even bony. Like, look at those legs, man.
Yeah. I guess we can go from one equinesque creature to another equinesque creature. Not really, because they are. What is the? I guess they're kind of bovid. Like
bovine.
Yeah, bovine. They're stags. There are these 4 stags in deer mythology, in Norse mythology.
Same thing.
They live along the branches of Yggdrasil, the world tree. And according to the Poetic Edda, they crane and chomp on the branches of Yggdrasil. I don't know if they mean... I saw some that say they just eat from the branches, which I assume there's like fruit or something that they eat from. But there was one specifically that said that they eat the branches, or they bite on them at least.
Yeah, maybe there's a sap derived from them.
Maybe.
It's a tree.
Yeah. This is a very short one, because there's also a form of... I'm going to look at it really quick. There's also a form of creation with these deer, because supposedly the morning dew collects on their antlers and then forms the rivers of the world.
Okay.
Yes.
Speaking of that, have you ever seen a deer molt its antlers?
Yes.
It is one of the most vile things I've ever seen.
Yes. Have you seen the ones where they just fall off?
Yes, that's really unfortunate.
Well, I mean, that's not unfortunate. That just happens.
Yeah, you're right.
Male deers lose their antlers in the winter. These deer, there's 4 of them, are these stags, sometimes called harts. So I guess, yes, male deer. They're named, I'm going to struggle to pronounce this, but Dane, Valin, Dvalinn, Dunir, and this one's gonna be the hardest, but it looks like Dorapror. Something like that.
Is that pronounced with an F? That
Dorafor?
The B with the line long.
Maybe.
B and B put together.
Dorafor. But yeah.
I like that Dunir is the closest to a deer.
Yeah, Dunir. So there's a few different translations that talk about what they do. Like, hearts there are also 4, which from its summits arched neck gnaw. Dane, Dvalin, I guess, and Dunir and Dorathror. It's a TH, apparently. Dorathror. Yeah, there's a few words in here that apparently one of them is like Hafingar, which is not known. Like, the meaning of it is uncertain. So sometimes it means like shoots or highest shoots, or like a summit and things like that. So something high up, I suppose. So maybe they're high up on the world tree.
Yeah.
So yeah, the translation there is unknown. There's another translation here that says 4 hearts run in the limbs of the ash and bite the leaves. They are called thus. Dane, Dvain, yeah.
The leaves. So they're on top of the tree.
Yeah.
Not on the roots.
And also, that's I never saw specifically what tree. I don't know if I mentioned before what tree Yggdrasil was, but apparently it seems like it's an ash tree, which makes somewhat sense. I think ash trees are pretty common to the north, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Yeah, there's another translation for something. So apparently, like, these deer mites like have some sort of connection to the like seasons or the phases of the moon, or some sort of like 4 elements.
Spooky.
The other cabin went dark. So there's a sort of translation here talking about, I guess, their impact on Yggdrasil or something. Oh no, this is just about Yggdrasil. But it includes a line about these deer. Yggdrasil's ash, hardship suffers, greater than men know of. A heart bites it above, and in its side it rots. Nidhogg beneath tears it.
We talked about Nidhogg.
We did talk about Nidhogg. That's also when I talked about Yggdrasil,
Yes.
which I assume is an ash tree, which I see a picture of now, and that's interesting.
Ooh, blinding.
That is blinding. All right.
The conductor must be doing some cleaning.
The conductor. Yes.
Turning on all the lights.
Yeah, that's actually, you know how like in hotels they use like UV light or whatever to clean things?
Yes.
It's like that.
They literally wheel in a robot. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I have on these 4 stags. There isn't a whole lot to them, but I thought they were interesting. Because they're also one of the only stags, or like closest things I could find to like a moose or like reindeer in mythology. Well, actually, I didn't look up reindeer before, but yeah, I just think they're interesting. I don't know if you want to go on to your topic, or if you have anything to say about these 4 and their possible connection to like the moons or something. I don't know.
Do we thank them for?
I don't know if they're worshipped at all. I think they just kind of exist.
For Jägermeister? Okay.
No, that's a German thing.
Yeah, that's German. Well,
there is connection there, but not with these guys.
yeah, no.
That was a German hunter who went out into the forest and saw a stag
Yeah.
as well, but he saw like the cross in between its antlers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, Jägermeister is a role, I think, of the German government at the time, which means hunt master. So he was just the master of the hunt.
So like the game and commission.
Yeah, kind of.
Game commission. Yeah. Okay. Cool. You learn something every day. Okay. Well, it depends. How close are we to how dry are the tracks?
They are not. They are pretty wet.
Okay. Cool.
You got a solid 10, solid tenor.
Okay. Cool. So I'm going to talk about Black Aggie. Now, this is one of the topics I had that's not going to be more of a monster. It's more of a weird legend about an inanimate object that becomes animate.
Ooh.
Black Aggie. So it starts back in 1885, in which, across from the White House, Marion Adams lived, wife of the great-grandchild of President John Adams himself.
Not John Quincy Adams.
The grandson of John Quincy Adams.
There's 2. There's John Adams and then there's John Quincy Adams. Okay, yeah. Just wanted to make it clear which one it was. John Adams was his dad.
Yeah.
I met them. It's like adding on to my lore.
Yeah. So his name was Henry Adams. He commissioned one of the world's most celebrated sculptors, Augustus St. Gaudens, to create a memorial.
Why'd you say gardens like you're from New Jersey?
Gaudens. Well, it is spelled G-A-U-D-E-N.
Oh, okay,
so,
Gaudens.
Yeah, so it's not gardens. Yeah, St. Gaudens. Gaudens, that's not New Jersey.
Not at all.
State's place close to that, but
Sure.
Okay. The Rock Creek Cemetery. They were going to build a memorial there for those who have passed in that area. The statue that was created was never actually named, but it was often nicknamed Grief, or simply the Adams Memorial.
Yes, I've heard of
Yeah,
this.
you've heard of this?
Yes.
So what it is this large stone. In front is seated a woman draped in a large cloak, and it evokes a particular feeling of mystery and gloom.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to be pensive, as if like shielding herself in the cloak, but more is and also like the eyes, you can't really tell if they're looking forward or down.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of gives different feelings depending on how you're looking at it. So the Adams tried to prevent copying of this statue because of its beautiful look and everything. There's a few people trying to do it, but they would stop them. A sculptor named Edward L.A. Posh managed to create one. In Baltimore, Felix Agnes purchased a plot in the Druid Ridge Cemetery, and this Agnes had a very, very extravagant life. Who was a native of France that had moved to the Americas. They were a traveler of the world. They were a veteran of several wars, including even the American Civil War. A silver craftsman at what was at the time named Tiffany & Co., and a Baltimore newspaper publisher. They had purchased this copy of the Adams Memorial for the plot that they were going to build for themselves, him and his wife. And they built a pedestal that was similar to the original. So, unfortunately, though, this was after Augustus St. Gaudens had passed away, and their widow was extremely upset at this. Agnes themselves had insisted that he basically played the fool and was like, oh, this sculptor lied about the fact that it was his and said that it was the original one or something, so I'm sorry. With that, I don't know if they came to any kind of settlement or something, but the statue's still there at Druid Ridge Cemetery.
Yeah.
Agnes and his wife Annie were buried there, along with his own mother as well. So after their deaths, around Baltimore, rumors grew and about the statue and how if you would visit it at dark and look in her eye, you could be struck blind.
Ooh.
Pregnant women were warned to stay away from it. And if you sat in her lap at midnight, you would die.
Yes. That is the part that I definitely remember from that.
Weirdly enough, many people visited anyway, even making it a nightly occurrence. Apparently, it was a Baltimore rite of passage and often a fraternity initiation drill to use the statue and to stay at night.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Although I'm not superstitious, but like it's nice to not like trample on people's graves and like you shouldn't be disrespectful in a graveyard regardless of what you believe. After all this notoriety, and then there's vandalism and all these things, of course, I mean, well, you know, with the fraternities and everything showing up, the graveyard kept getting ruined over and over. So they decided to move the statue. They donated it to the Smithsonian Institution in 1967, and the museum had little interest in displaying it. She was placed in storage and basically forgotten, at least by the caretakers in D.C. In Baltimore, though, at the graveyard, Aggie's legend never died. In 1996, Shara Turjung, a Baltimore-based reporter, discovered that she had been quietly on display since 1987 in a somewhat out-of-the-way courtyard of the National Courts building. Ironically, the final location is on the east side of Lafayette Square, in the same neighborhood where Marion Clover Adams took her life in 1885.
I do remember that part too.
So
Just jogged my memory. My ghost memory.
Kind of crazy how it comes full circle in
Yeah.
a weird way. So almost like the widow of Augustus, the sculptor, had
I don't think I've ever
given
seen
power
statue.
to
I'm
the
gonna look it up.
statue itself because of its perverted history
Right.
in a way. So I thought that was really an interesting story.
I wonder what the inspiration for carving it was. If they used like a model or something.
That is something that's not necessarily stated here.
Yeah. Or if like it's, you know, like I don't know. A lot of people like to use older references or like older figures.
Yeah.
So like it could be like Mary.
It kind of gave me Mary vibes when you
Yeah.
look at it. Almost this like the picture, the sculpt, the was it Da Vinci?
I think
That did.
he did a lot of things.
He did the sculpture of Mary holding Jesus' body,
I think
and I
so, but
forgot
I'm
what
not
that
sure.
one was called, but that one's insanely popular.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. You're back on board the Paranormal Express.
We did not time travel. Nothing happened.
There's no indiscriminate loss of time between these two
no.
times.
Indiscriminate is correct.
This episode we've been talking about more miscellaneous monsters,
Very
kind of.
miscellaneous, I think,
Yeah.
this episode.
I mean, I just talked
I
about
went
Black
from
Aggie.
the like 4 stags that I found out about when I bought a reindeer stuffed
Yeah.
animal, and then the Black Aggie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all
Which
over the
wasn't
place.
even really
And
a
now-
monster.
It's a little bit, not really.
It's a haunted statue, I guess you could call it. It turns into
It's
a
a
monster.
spirit.
The people involved were, you could say, monsters, stealing stuff and betrayal and
True.
relationships. You know?
Yeah. So I guess we can go into one of my not secondary, but one because I've done I think 3 topics in this episode.
Mhm.
There was no time. There's no reason for me not to remember.
It was only a few minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But I don't think I talked about this anyway. I did listen back through to make sure, but this was probably the big bad from Greek mythology.
The big bad.
The big bad, not Kronos.
Is that a TM or restricted title? The big bad. There'd be a TM or an R next to it.
Neither. He would destroy both of them.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah. His name is Typhon.
Typhon.
Or typhus. Not the disease.
I was gonna say, sounds pretty close.
I don't know. It looks like typhus here, but I've always heard him called Typhon, which I think is what he is when he's translated into English. This music's very fitting for Typhon because he is trapped under Mount, I think, Etna in
it does.
Sicily.
I was gonna say, it makes sense. Sounds like we just camera just dove into this lava-ridden factory,
Yeah, because it's also Hephaestus's forge.
Oh well, there you go. This works out perfectly.
But that's what he's trapped under.
Painting the picture. Okay.
He's trapped under an active volcano. That's why it's active. Apparently, it's because he's under there.
He's married.
Yeah, Typhon. I'm mostly talking from I do have stuff up here about Typhon, but I'm mostly talking from my own knowledge of him. He's I think he had a lot of. It says it right here. Just reading this a little bit because it mentions Echidna, I think here. Oh no, this is something else. I'm pretty sure he most of the monsters in Greek mythology come from him, basically. To an extent, him and Echidna. Echidna is known as the mother of monsters. I forgot that one's so short. Yeah, Echidna is known as the mother of monsters, but Typhon is known as he's not known as it, but he's the father of monsters. He's a storm giant, not to be related with the giants that are also in Greek mythology. I think Orion killed a giant. I'm not entirely sure about that though. But yeah, he sorry, into ghost gestion. They had the reason why he's the big bad is because if you know much about Greek mythology, you probably know that Zeus overthrew his father Kronos. That's a very basic thing that most people who know stuff about Greek mythology at least know a little bit about that. They know it's a thing at least. Before Kronos, he overthrew his father Uranos, which is the primordial god and also depiction of the sky. He is the sky, basically. Which is also why we have a Titan who holds up the sky, because at one point, the sky and the earth, Gaia, were they were together, completely, they're inseparable. I'm doing my hand on my fist.
Yes.
And then we have the Titan Atlas who came out and lifted the sky. And that's why the sky is above us now, according to ancient Greek lore, let's say.
It's just funny because a lot of depictions of Atlas is him holding up the earth. But I guess
but it's meant to be the sky, yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
That's usually what those statues are, yeah. But he's meant to be holding up the sky. Trying to remember my train of thought.
Actually, it's funny thinking of Atlas. There's a one of those. What's the word for a Greek vase? Is there a special word for that?
There is actually, but I always forget it. Let me look it up really quick on our ghost net.
Okay, because I just saw a picture of.
No, that's not it.
Of a depiction of one of.
Oh, they have different names for the different styles.
That's cool. There's one that has Atlas holding his back as if he has back pain, and I think that's really funny. He's got one hand on the sky, and then he's got the other hand oh.
I mean, Hercules did trick him into taking the sky back.
Okay.
Kind of.
Oh There's also God. A version. It's like those TikToks, those ghost talks, where it's they put a glass of water to the ceiling with a broom and then ask somebody to hold it.
Oh
and then they go okay, and then they're like, wait, what?
Yeah. That's I guess it is kind of like that, but
I
remember my train of thought. So the reason, there's those two overthrowings of the leader of that time. So there's Uranos and Gaia, the original spirits, the parents, the parents or the grandparents of the gods. They're the parents of the Titans. But the Titans slew Uranos in a very specific way that I don't know if I should say. But anyway, it's not important. Leave
it up to your imagination.
So what what happened after that is supposedly, well, not supposedly, what is supposed to happen with Typhon is that he is the next big bad. He's the next leader. He's supposed to slay Zeus or overthrow him in some way, because gods don't tend to die. They just kind of get thrown into Tartarus. And by gods, I mean Titans, usually. They're the ones who are mostly in Tartarus, including Typhon, actually. He's in Tartarus, because lo and behold, his attempt failed.
Okay.
It nearly won, though. So what he was a force. Like, no one, they struggled with Typhon. Like, they could not beat him. He was, like, he actually nearly killed Zeus. Supposedly what he did is he, like, took Zeus's tendons out of his, like, hands and legs and everything so that he couldn't move, and then just threw him in a cave so that he was stuck.
Okay.
But then Hermes and Apollo got them back, put them back into him, and then he came back and defeated Typhon.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the essential, like, bare bones version of it. There's another thing that's interesting with Typhon, though. I'll describe him after this, but like his physical features, because he's a monster.
Oh yeah.
But there's another thing that goes into this, in that when the initial attack from Typhon happened, all of the Olympians sort of ran away. They were terrified of him. And this is also where we get some of the zodiac signs, specifically the goatfish, because Pan, the goat, turned into a fish and swam away. But they also turned into very specific gods from Egypt, because a lot of Egyptian gods are animals or have animal forms.
Yeah.
So they turned into some of those, and they're like, this is essentially the Greek explanation for why Egyptians worship animals.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to pause really quick. Pause the train. I'll be right back. Welcome back.
Welcome.
There is no music. I will get the conductor. What's he doing with this train?
We have a noise cancellation train. Sorry, we gotta turn it off.
Noise cancellation train. Yes.
The train's got A and C labeled on the side.
So I mentioned that I would talk about the description of Typhon.
Yeah.
Typing those words. So I'm just going to read this little section here because I kind of like what it says. This is from theoi.com on the GhostNet. They wrote Typhus here because it's like, that's, I guess, I don't know. Typhus was a winged giant, said to be so huge that his head brushed the stars. He was man-shaped from the waist up, with 2 coiled serpents in place of legs. He had 100 serpent heads for fingers, a filthy matted beard, pointy ears, and eyes flashing fire. That is what this website.
That is a nightmare.
Yeah, he is nightmare fuel. There's even a depiction on one of these, it's a hydria, that specific type of jar, or jug, or vase. You called them vases earlier, but yeah. He has wings on this one. You can see his coiled serpent legs as well.
In this depiction I saw, he doesn't have wings, but they like. I thought he did.
He's meant to be winged, yeah. It does say he's winged.
I thought he did at first because there's clouds behind him that look like wings, but they're just clouds, I think, because he's like reaching to the clouds.
I'm trying to see if this website also says that he's winged. But essentially, he's just like an amalgamation of human and
No way.
beast.
Hold on. Am I about to have a brain blast?
Brain blast. Yeah.
From The Lighthouse, the movie The Lighthouse.
Oh.
Because
I remember you talked to me about the guy with the light shining out of his face.
Yeah, that was from that painting.
Yeah. I forget what that was about, or that called. I think it's a modern painting.
I think it was hypno.
Oh, that's actually kind of interesting. There's yeah,
He's supposed to be Poseidon. Never mind.
There's something mentioned here that mentions that Typhon's birth might be part of an Orphic tradition.
Okay.
Which is interesting. I didn't read about this, so I didn't know that. But it is interesting. He's supposedly the offspring of Kronos. I think, yes, that sounds right. And I was right, it is Mount Etna. But there are later accounts where say that he's trapped under the island of Ischia. It's a volcanic island in the Tyrrhenian Sea, which I don't know where that is. Oh, it's okay. I see. It's bound to Italy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. All right. Did you want to? That's all I really have for Typhon.
Cool.
I think I got school in there.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Yeah,
So-
if that's what you have, yeah, we should probably move on to that last little bit.
Yes.
Break.
We can go to that break.
That break.
That break.
Yeah, that one.
That one. Not the other one.
Not the other one. Not the last few we've had, but this
Nah.
one. I mean, there was one a little, but you know.
There was one that was a little long. And we're back.
And we're back. There it is. Third time's a charm.
There you go.
All right. So we just finished talking about Typhon with
Yes.
Jake's side. So now
Ugh.
I want to move on to my little fun topic
The
here.
snaky boy Typhon.
Yeah.
He has a lot of snakes.
There's a lot of snakes.
Snake
Actually,
fingers.
it's mostly snakes.
Yeah.
You take it into
Snake
account.
fingers, snake
Yeah.
legs,
Snake legs.
That's
Snake
about
legs
it.
sounds really difficult to walk on, actually.
fire eyes.
Like, snakes are pretty...
I think he flies mostly.
Yeah, he probably... Yeah, that's right. He's got wings. Why? Yeah. Flying things with snakes. There's a lot of them out there, aren't there? You know, griffins and...
Do they have snakes? Oh yeah, they have like a snake tail, don't they?
Yeah. What is it? What's the other one? Mandrakes? Do those have snakes?
I think those are a plant.
They are.
Um,
Yes. Oh, but
I
like
think you're thinking of
plants-
manticore.
Manticore. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, they have. I forget what part of them is a snake.
Okay.
Maybe a tail as well.
Yeah, that might be. I don't know. But I'm going to talk about Adze, which is a West African blanket term for this force that can be wielded by sorcerers to possess others or give themselves power. Adze is, when I say a blanket term, it's like kind of their language's word for a monster or a creature. So it gets very, very broad as to what it could be. Like, there's not one kind of Adze, there's many. So this particular one, though, is from West Africa, particularly in the regions of Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, and Benin. And it takes the form of fireflies. I can't imagine myself, you know, being surrounded by 10,000. I couldn't believe my own eyes being surrounded by 10,000 evil spirits trying to possess me and take my blood out of my face hole.
Which
But
one?
there we are. So it's interesting to see this like gentle, whimsical wisp of our childhoods being denounced as a malevolent being. So though I'd say itself is not really a monster as much as it is like it's the force of a either magician or a sorcerer that creates it as vengeance to cause havoc and chaos or get revenge on other people. So it's the more the personification of the effort and power of the one that wields it. But in this particular,
So wait, is it like a creature or is it? You said a force earlier. So is it like magic?
This one is. It was really complicated how they were describing it when I was like learning about it. It's Adze is a term for a monster, but in
Okay.
this particular sense, Adze is just the personification of somebody's effort to harm somebody.
Okay.
In this particular one, it's like a really broad, almost like it's a what's the word? It's like an allusion to it. It's an allusion to somebody's effort for revenge. They call it a monster. And actually, you know what's funny? You know what that reminds me of? This is gonna go out there, and this is probably a niche like reference. But if anybody's played Metal Gear Solid 5: Phantom Pain,
On their
the
ghost
main
box.
enemy on their Ghost Box 360 or their Ghost S4 or Ghost Station 4.
Yeah, there you go.
There's the character Skullface, who's like the big main enemy, and he uses that term almost similarly. He doesn't use Adze, but he makes this reference where he's like, he's being attacked and this thing's happening, and he's like, whose lust for revenge is causing this? And I'm like, it kind of like reminded me of that because that's kind of what it is. It's like a monster is created out of somebody's evil or somebody's want to cause harm. So they're personifying that force as a monster. This one that comes in the form of a firefly, it's not one of unusually large size, so it's very formidable because it's tiny. It can infiltrate homes so easily, under door stops, through open windows, and it's indistinguishable among other normal instincts.
I can see the station on the horizon. We're nearing the end of our journey.
Okay, I'll be fast. It has an elephant-like appendage out the front that allows it to drink blood, or a few fruit alternatives like palm fruit to stay alive. The comparison to the firefly is generally derived from the fact that the possessed have a glowing light coming out of their nose or out the top of their head. They are most active at night and prey mainly on children, taking the life force of the victim, hence the blood. So there's this allusion to mosquitoes. They also have their proboscis, is what it's called, the needle that they use to drink blood. They related that to, they confused fireflies with mosquitoes.
They did not believe the fireflies.
Yeah. It's because
they believed the mosquitoes.
They believed the mosquitoes because, like, you could probably say during the night is the only time you'll see a firefly because they're not like bright in the day, but during the
twilight,
day,
I guess, kind of.
Yeah, during the day you can see a mosquito, but during the night they think the mosquito is also a firefly because they can glow at night, but they can't glow in the day.
Yeah,
making that reference. So it's really interesting how, again, these realistic issues.
Pulling in, by the way.
These realistic issues become monsters.
It was closer than the horizon. I lied.
So, all right. I'm glad we just made it in time. Literally screeching to a halt while I'm talking, and I'm like, ah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was Adze. I highly recommend looking into more forms of Adze. But yeah.
And that has to be the end of this episode of the Paranormal Express. We will see you all next time.
Stay spooky.